You have questions and we got some answers.
Welcome to Q&A with A&D. All right, Desiree, so let's talk about dance with me, not with the camera.
Ooh.
Social dance versus performance.
A lot of times, it just depends in what area this is. There's so much to talk about here, first of all, because the camera can be more of a capture of a performance, or it could be more voyeuristic. Is that the word?
That's not in my vocabulary.
It could be non-intrusive, where you don't know the camera's there, right? Kind of type of way. But I'll speak personally, it's kind of hard for me to not try to dial something up if the camera's on, right? Because it's like, it's showtime, right? I mean, maybe that's just my upbringing, but we also live in 2024, dating this video here. And in 2024, social media is everything.
Let me just clarify also. So we're talking about you are at a dance social, right?
Yes,
It could be a party that's going on in your local community, Thursday night, the salsa DJ is going or the bachata DJ. Everyone that's there is a dancer, right? Or you could be at a festival or a congress as well, but this is where we're social dancing. And we know we're in the age of social media, that there's a lot of accounts that are focused on capturing social dances. And so what happens, either that cameraman comes in with the big camera, the flashy lights, and boom, now all of a sudden you are the center of attention for this specific social dance, and you are well aware that whatever you do in that video will be posted on social media. And so the pressure is on, right?
The pressure is on, or for some people is not, you know. And for me, as a performer, I do feel like it's an on situation, right? Because
so you're more on than off.
I'm definitely more on than off. I'm aware.
You're aware.
I'm aware, right? Because there's several different things here, right? Who am I dancing with? So if I'm dancing with somebody that I'm like super comfortable with, we do this all the time, it's like, that's nothing to me. But if I'm dancing with somebody for the first time, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm dancing with you for the first time. I don't really know you. We're having an on-camera conversation for the first time.
And it's your first encounter.
And it's my first encounter. And there's levels to that also. Are you expected? Are you a person, a teacher, an instructor, a performer who's expected to always be doing something cool, to have the cool moves, to do all of your signature things? Are you just, you know, a dancer that's probably of the community that you don't feel those pressures? So there's lots of factors, because also with that, if we're dancing for the first time and it's taking me a while to get and understand your lead, or understand how you're following me, like depending if I'm leading or following, that might take sometimes adjustments with some people, you know? And maybe if I'm dancing with a beginner, I don't need to be doing all of my most flashy things, right? Because normally that's how I would react. Like if I'm dancing with a beginner, I'm not doing my most advanced things. But then when you look back at the video, you be like, ooh, that you look real dialed down there.
Would you say it would be the responsibility of also the person filming? I mean, maybe not the average, you know, just a random person that's filming, but specifically the social dance accounts, right? A lot of them attend many festivals, they see many people social dancing, and I think that they are at the point where they can identify, Desiree's a pretty good bachata dancer, this person she's dancing with is a pretty good bachata dancer, they've had good videos in the past, maybe this is a good moment, versus using their common sense and saying, well, Desiree is usually a good dancer, but she had maybe one too many and we can tell, and she's dancing with somebody I don't even know. Will this be the best moment to capture?
Listen, Alex, I've learned a couple things. I can only control the things that I can control, right? I can't control these social media dance platforms that are posting these video creators because oftentimes they don't have common sense. Or they do have common sense, they're like, wow, this is a really terrible video, let's post it. Views, views,
Because it'll
views.
go viral.
Right. And then that's not to my benefit, right? Right, to keep my brand intact or to keep my integrity. So with those professional videos, you know, it's always a crapshoot. You never know. Sometimes the videos that they post, you're like, that
Cringe.
dance was horrible. That connection was so bad. And sometimes they don't even capture the good ones. You're like, hey, I was over here dancing, had this amazing dance with this person, but whatever. So that's one thing, that's one aspect of it. The other aspect of this whole video craze, okay, is the attendees videoing every dance, okay? So for instance, we were somewhere like in Italy and I was standing on by the DJ booth and I looked out and I was like, this looks crazy. Cause it was a party. There was hundreds of people there and it looked like big crop circles. Crop circles, there's like a circle here, a circle here, a circle here. It was like 6 circles of the whole party. Nobody else outside of those circles was dancing. How insane was that? Because they were just videoing the people dancing in the circle. And to me, that's a little crazy because you at a party. You just want to stand around because what that looks like is like a meet and greet. That you're here to like try to dance with like some dance celebrity and yeah, that's it. But
so maybe the real point there is really the importance of staying present and being present, because at the end of the day, like Desiree said, we're going to an event where we're there to, especially if we're talking about a festival or congress, during the day most people are taking classes, training with their favorite instructors, and then in the evenings usually they are expected to see a show, right? So you're really the observer there. But then when it comes to the social dance aspect of it, at night, you're really social dancing so that you can maybe apply some of the moves that you learn in the workshops, or just you're having a good time, you're connecting with other people. And so I think when we think of, you know, removing that aspect of it and replacing it by now like this showcase where we're videoing other people dance and not really enjoying the dance ourselves, it becomes kind of like something different. And I think in the age of social media, I think that's a big thing now in general. You go to a concert and you see almost no one really enjoying the concert. You see everyone with their phones out. And I remember I saw a post recently on social media that kind of did a case study on that. The amount of people that are actually, because even the artists themselves are getting annoyed because they're like, we're performing for you and you're not even really enjoying the art that we're displaying. You're just recording. And so it kind of limits the amount of interaction and that kind of like, indirect or direct, however you want to call it, that connection that they build with you as a performer and as you as the attendee, because you're not really connecting with them on that level, you're really just recording.
I want to just hone in on something that you said, and I think it just really sums it up perfectly. When being videoed at a social or at a congress, whatever, is to stay present. Try to stay present as much as possible in the dance, because it's like, if we're having a conversation and I'm like, Alex, how you doing? You know, and we're here and you're answering me, I'm not like, Alex, how you doing?
For the camera.
Right, and then it's like weird. It's like already inauthentic. It's already like, you don't feel it as much. And maybe this is as a dance teacher, as an instructor, as a performer, as a director, as a choreographer for years, I could tell when someone is forcing something in the moment.
Yeah.
And I could tell when something is like, wow, that dance was so organic and it was so like, they were just both very present, right? So
be present.
Be present. That's the takeaway there.